All right, I'm live everywhere. Welcome, welcome everyone. This is day number what 42. I kind of already um lost the count of the days, but I'm not stopping until something stops me. For example, I get sick or whatever. Like I'm not. I don't wanna. I definitely not gonna interrupt the sprint on my own. Um. So what I'm building, always the question. I'm building a coding school for teaching Salesforce development. But currently, I'm preparing my launch for my 12-week course, and I hope to take this money and put it into the developing of the platform. I do have some money saved, and there's two team members who are working on the on the platform. But I kind of feel like that I need to do my first main business launch first, and do only then do the platform launch. So what did we get there? Let me. I didn't do today anything. So for today's stream is gonna be mainly about LinkedIn because I don't want to stop posting on LinkedIn. This is my main content engine. So I'm gonna show you how I come up with ideas for LinkedIn. How I basically write on LinkedIn. Something that definitely people charge for, but I'm showing you here all the process, and I hope that here's what I want to achieve with those streams is that one person, maybe two people, maybe three people, they gonna once we will be on the day number 30, 300 or 1000, day number 1000, they're gonna be able to go back and see how a business from scratch was built. This is my goal. This is my goal. This is what I want to achieve, and I wish 3 years ago I had those streams because I would be hanging out. I was trying to start a business for a very long time, and I couldn't. I just didn't know how it looks. If I only had those YouTube videos where I where I could, or streams even better because you can talk to me live here. So if you're building a business, if you need an advice, I'm not a business guru. I have no idea what I'm doing myself, but you can join, for example, here the Twitch community, right? Not Twitch community, Discord community. Um, gonna paste it to the chat. Welcome to the day 42. Is it 42? Paste. Yeah, so you can join the Discord if you want because so the Discord, the idea behind Discord is to organize community of people who want to build their business till 10k a month. Why 10k? I know, random number. After we do 10k, we're gonna do 100k. Just 10k. I think it's something that will allow most people and myself for sure to be quite financially independent. Doesn't mean I'm gonna, I don't know, buy expensive watches or something, but at least it's gonna allow, for example, for me not to worry that I'm gonna lose my MacBook and that's gonna financially destroy me, um, or that I no, I probably could be able to move into good apartment as soon as they have 10k. Okay, let me. So what did you comment here? Hey, cool video, dude. I'm doing software engineering in uni and watching your coding streams. You did help me improve my workflow a lot. Totally gonna look into joining me. Sounds fun. Yeah, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for the comment. Um, glad my streams help. Alright, so let me go. What's about analytics? See, this is interesting. We had like a huge jump here, and then it was approximately on the same level, and I think it goes down a little bit. Kind of, yeah. That's interesting. That's an interesting. So I'm still very far away from getting any type of monetization from YouTube. So it's definitely gonna take me the next what 3 months probably, at least. Okay, so um, me go and modify here thumbnail. Oh wait, this is day number 33. Not 32. I, as I said, I have no idea about the days already. Yeah, that's day number. Wait, I didn't change it in the restream. Ah, I see. I forgot one step. Here we go. So it's day number 33, and on Twitch, I need to go and modify it as well on Twitch. How can I edit it? 33. Alright. Okay. Now I'm live everywhere. Okay. So yeah, this is the structure for the webinar that we're doing, but what I will be doing for today, the plan is first do LinkedIn post, prepare for the next LinkedIn post, or I would say start. Yeah, and it's gonna be enough for today because it takes a long time to write anything or to do a post on LinkedIn, especially if you wanna do high quality. So I'm not really sure about what exactly topic I'm gonna do, but I thought about something like this. And here's, at least it's gonna be an outline if I'm not gonna be posting exactly this topic. So basically what I want to tell with this topic is that a lot of people, when they go, so they go and try to find the first job as a Salesforce developer, but they don't try hard enough. Like they apply for like 10 jobs, and then they're, oh, why I can't get a job? Well, because you don't, 10 is not enough. You need to apply for 500. Maybe it's number game. And another thing is that people go and never show anything what they do, and then they kind of wonder why they cannot get any job. Well, of course. Okay, I need the help of ChatGPT. don't have a portfolio. Don't have a portfolio. Never. Okay, so the post sounds very negative. Okay, first let's write it down in general what people need. So people need um yeah, that's enough. 5 things. That's good. Cold applying is that you have to show your work. Not only this is a problem, the problem is not enough intensity that people bring. So hmm, Cold applying for job is dead. Now it's a number game. Um, okay, another idea that I have. Delete this one. And some of this like additional info that I get in my head, probably it can go after the in the comments. And I would say something like Salesforce market isn't saturated. It's just normalized. Now Salesforce market is exactly like all the other markets. And it was always hard to find a job for beginners. But Salesforce had a huge growth phase. Huge growth phase. And therefore it was super easy to find a job basically. Dev, what's up? Salesforce had a huge growth phase and therefore it was very easy to find a job as a beginner. Now Salesforce market is exactly like all the other markets, and it was always hard to find a job for beginners. I think I can stop at beginners here point. Time has changed. Now Salesforce is just a normal market. Okay, this is one addition that I have in my mind, and another addition is if in business or career we want to stack as many advantages as we can. It's a big lie that in Salesforce you don't need to be technical. Hey Igor, what's your thought behind it's a number game referring to number of jobs available versus potential job seekers? I would say so the number game is So here's a little bit pre-story. I have one student um, who was really, really good. And when the time came applying, the student applied for maybe like 10 jobs. And then the student was, oh, why I cannot get a job? Well, because 10 is not enough in the current market. And especially if you're, let's say, in US, US is a huge market. And in US, you can find 500 jobs to apply. If you apply for 500 jobs, well, you will find a job, right? If you have decent skills, at some point you'll find a job. And this is what I refer to the number game. Um, the number game in terms of it's not enough now to apply for just a couple of jobs and then hope that you will get them. No, you need to apply for really, really, really a lot of jobs, and then you will get it. And people really underestimate for how many jobs they need to apply. Really, really underestimate. I think I can even put so I plan those things to have as just comments because I want people comment, and it's a good place to test what to write about next time. I think this one can be the second one that I'm writing that can be a separate post. So there's a whole lie in Salesforce ecosystem that you don't need to be technical. Yes? Technical. Salesforce is a cloud platform, and the biggest power of Salesforce is in coding. You absolutely need to understand like technical parts of Salesforce, and this is why it's difficult. Even as an admin, you do need to understand a lot of technical things, and your limitation as an admin is not the Salesforce knowledge. Your limitation as an admin is coding knowledge. That's the whole. Not I wouldn't say it coding. I would just say in general software development, because software development is so much more than coding. It involves architecture. It involves how to build something that is scalable, how to manage a team, how to deliver proper solutions, how to make sure that those solutions don't break in the long term. All of these things, admins lacking in a lot of cases. And then they wonder why it's so hard to find a job for admins. Yeah, because those are the things that are the most important for the org. If you have, let's say you're a company. Elmona, welcome. Let's say you're a company and you wanna have something. Let's say you're like 20 30 users company. You worked a little bit with the partners and you're like, okay, so I wanna hire someone who will be able to implement certain things on my platform, and I have, let's say, 100,000 budget. You're gonna have complete admins applying for your job, and you're gonna have developers applying for a job. Guess who's gonna get the job? Developer, because developers, they can do both admin part and the coding part. They know they know everything, and they know the best solution. Versus admins, they're gonna be stuck basically with the flow and everything that you only click there. And sometimes there's things that you just cannot click. You just cannot develop them unless you code. Yeah. So this is the whole era of admins being just admins, not needing to learn how to code. It's gone. Now, guys, you need to learn how to code. You need to become a real like a proper software engineers. Maybe with less of the coding skills, but you do need to understand at least being able to write a trigger or something. You need to be able to understand those things. Okay, but I'm getting a little bit too distracted. But this is fine. That's just brainstorming. So I don't have to stick to exactly this post. Sometimes, so the way I write those posts, sometimes I just write this whole thing and then I just go and try to search for another idea because this idea doesn't feel like it's working. Like this one, I don't I don't. It doesn't click for me. It doesn't really work that good. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's and it's good. Now it's a number game. From my own perspective, as someone running a company and hiring people, that's exactly one of the main points. Our coming implementation. I'm not caring at all for degrees. I'm not really caring about certificates. What I do care is indeed projects. But what I want specifically see and I look for in project and later interviews is the ability to develop yourself further, educate yourself, have passion, have the willingness to not fulfill the tasks but take responsibility and think forward. I totally agree with you. Not even I'm so collaborative. I'm not really sure in which field if you're from Salesforce or not, but it's general. Like it doesn't matter is it Salesforce company or not Salesforce company. I also I run a very small company, tiny company, 3 people we are in total, so 2 employees. And what I was the last employee that I hired was the guy that basically, so I wanted to develop a platform and the guy already had an experience in everything that needs to be done in this platform, and he showed me a project that was similar uh, to what I wanted to develop, or at least it used the same technology, and I hired him because it doesn't for I don't care what other stuff that he has done. No, not Salesforce, tech consulting, software domain name, education domain, edtech. Oh, edtech, nice, nice. So yeah, I don't care what Sasha what he was doing before. I don't care. He showed me that he has experience in exactly what I need. Welcome. And this is the task for anyone who want to get a job. You need to show that you have experience, that you have the skills in what you're doing, and the skills that you have, they need to match for the same thing that the company is looking for, right? And for that, I think that people need to first they need to apply to enough. And the thing is that projects also, what kind of projects, right? It's the best type of projects is something that you're passionate about. That's what you're saying, right? So the best type of projects is when you came up with the idea, something that is really solving some real business problem, and you implemented this idea. Those are the best projects. They don't have to be super, I don't know, super innovative or something, but you need to care about those things. My best people are actually career changes coming from different areas, but with a passion and willingness to take deep in the new field. Yeah, yeah, totally agree. One of When I got my first job, I was learning German before, and I was really annoyed by one type of the exercises where you had the gap and you need to fill in the blank word basically in this field, and I couldn't find enough exercises on this type of tasks, and I got and just coded a platform where you basically paste a text and it makes the text immediately with those blanks. It was not super huge project, and then you can fill out the blanks and it's gonna check if you filled out them correctly. It was not super huge, something wow mind blowing, but it was something that I cared about and that I was telling on the interviews that hey, I had this problem and I solved it with the coding, and they liked it, and that's how I got my first job as a developer. So yeah, edtech is the best industry. I like edtech. I couldn't find jobs though in edtech. I searched in Salesforce ecosystem, couldn't really find anything. Budgets are not huge, and most actors in the field are investing hesitantly. Yeah, I mean, now is the market totally different. When I applied 4 or 5 years ago for my first job, that was totally different story. Yeah, I don't know if the market will ever bounce back. Maybe it's the downfall of software engineering. I mean, for experienced developers, nothing has changed, right? But for juniors, it's totally different story now. Now it's a number game. You need to let people know about your skills. The more people know, the better. You need good CV, implementing projects, showing certifications, applying. Okay, I'm gonna go from the. I think from the text perspective, it's actually good. So you need portfolio, good CV, projects. Okay, then we are moving projects here. Projects, portfolio, good CV, or resume. I'm not really sure what's the difference. Once people told for me that there's a difference between resume and CV. Like I never heard that there is a difference between them. Okay, so resume. Okay, so the proper word for it is good resume then. Okay. Applying for at least 500 showing skills on LinkedIn. And I would say having real skills. Having real skills. Mm, say certifications. Projects, portfolio. Let me delete portfolio, it's kind of repeating. For the project certifications. So projects. Which one is bigger? I think they're both the same. Okay. So projects, certifications, good resume, having real skills, showing skills on LinkedIn and applying for at least 500. Now it's with the most markets. It will normalize after a time with over enthusiasm comes this hesitation, especially when the economy takes a dip, and after a while both balance out until the next big things, which is currently AI, and what role it might play in the companies to solve and take the problems. Commissioned. Yeah, well, yeah. The problem is with the AI though that AI has a potential to to actually reduce the software engineering market, right? If you have if you have developers, let's say you have senior developers, and senior developer is 5 times more productive than usually, then you need kind of 5 times less people. That's on the one hand, but on the other hand, the demand for software didn't decrease. We still need as much software, if not more, as we needed before. So we don't, we like, it's not the whole thing with, and that's especially for Salesforce market. Salesforce market was so good that people without any coding skills could get in and get like 70 80k salary immediately from the start. That was crazy. That was crazy. It shouldn't be that way. It should not be, kind of shouldn't be possible, because you're earning what, as someone, you can basically go study for 6 months and get a job of 70k. Like, what the hell is that? I mean, at least it was like this in US. In Germany, where I'm, it was approximately the same. It's just the salary is like half of US, but it was still the same. You could get really high paying job without any coding skills, and it's like, what the hell? And now people, when there's, I don't know, 100 people competing for the same non-coding position, they're wondering, oh, what's going on? Why is it so bad now? Why cannot anyone get a job? Yeah, you're not supposed to get really high-paying jobs if you don't have any high-level skill. You need to learn how to code. You need to learn that. That was always like this. Learn how to code. If you know how to code, if you know Salesforce development or any type of development, you will find a job if you have real skills. It's still possible. It's still the same. It's just the market normalize. Like, welcome, welcome to the real life. It was always difficult to find the first job for juniors. Now it's just as difficult as it was before. Ayas is asking on YouTube what I'm building today. So I'm preparing a post for LinkedIn, because I need to feed my LinkedIn profile. I want to get, look at this. I'm gonna show you. Where in Germany you're based? I'm in Munich. Look at this, guys. I have almost 14,000. I want to get to till 14,000. Let's see. Maybe now. Just one person. Come on, guys. So someone, please. Just one person. Almost 14,000. Almost. I am based in Munich. If I didn't say it, I'm in Munich. I was looking at the, so we're living here with my girlfriend in quite a tiny room, basically sharing with another person the apartment. It's cheap, relatively cheap. Okay. Yes, 14,000. Yes, thank you. Doesn't mean anything though, but it feels nice. It feels nice. Subscribers is a typical vanity metric. Doesn't mean anything. And I asked, you can also connect to me if you didn't, because yeah, you can connect. So yeah, subscribers is just a vanity metric, right? That doesn't mean anything, but it feels nice. It feels nice. It feels better to have 14,000 than having 10,000, and it's gonna feel better for me when I'm gonna have 15,000, and it's gonna feel better for me when I have 20,000, if I ever will get to this number. But yeah. Because I remember when I started posting on LinkedIn, I was looking at people with 14,000 or 15,000 subscribers as huge LinkedIn influencers, whatever. And now I'm kind of one of them, but not really, because like I don't feel any difference to when I was 1 year ago. So yeah, I'm just trying to make best content. I don't really care that much about it. It doesn't. Well, if I was paid for every next subscriber, that would be nice. But I'm not paid. Like that doesn't. The amount of subscribers doesn't doesn't get doesn't translate to my money in my pocket. You know what funny thing about this verify now? I cannot verify myself. I can't, because you know it's only possible in the fancy countries if you have the right passport. If you have a wrong passport, you can't verify yourself. If you have a Ukrainian passport, as I do, I can't verify myself. So thank you LinkedIn for very smooth verification process. Okay, where I was doing this post. So cold applying for jobs is dead. Now it's a number game. You need to let people know about your skills. I mean, I'm gonna check the grammar anyway later. The more people know, the better. You need project certifications, good resume, having real skills, showing skills on LinkedIn, applying for at least 500 jobs. The last three are most important. Are the most important. Build real skills, show them. Now we need some kind of closing line, something that it's a saying on LinkedIn that the opening line basically opens the door, but the closing line gives you the applause. So we need thank you, Starens. Well, thank you. Appreciate that you're joining the stream. Do the work. Do the work. Okay, so I like the closing clients that do something like 1, 2, 3, like something like, I don't know. What I thought about this: real skills dot show to people dot get the job dot, but doesn't fit here. Cold applying for jobs is dead. Now it's a number game. You need to let people know about your skills. The more people know, the better. You need project certifications, good resume, having real skills, showing skills on LinkedIn, applying for at least 500 jobs. The last three are the most important. Build real skills, show them. The problem is not that I don't know what to write. The problem is that I don't I don't know what to tell. Like, that's the problem. Like, something is missing from the information part here. Um, like the message of the what is the overall message of the whole post? What am I trying to teach people? I'm definitely trying to teach that I kind of try to do two things at the same time. That you need you need to speak about your skills, and you need also, how to put this, is very difficult to put in the word. Like, basically what people are missing is the intensity. Don't go and be intensive. The more intensive you are, the bigger are chances for winning. Be intensive and you will outcompete most people. And it's so easy to outcompete in this field. It's so easy. Whatever is the number of jobs everyone applies, just to 10x the amount of work. Intentionality rather than intensity. No, what I mean, spot you have a German keyboard. Got you. I would say intensity. I would no, no, I would say intensity because people are like, oh, I'm gonna go and apply for 20 jobs. No, I'm gonna go and apply for every single company I can find in Munich, for example. That's the approach. And then when they're sitting there, oh, why can I get a job? I applied for 20 companies. I did one post on LinkedIn. Why I can't get a job? Just do more. Be more intense about what you're trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. Build real skills. Demonstrate. I am trying to keep the language as simple as possible. I'm not really sure if it's proper English though. Can I say show skills? Can I say show skills? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can say show skills. Yeah. So the simpler language, the better. Look at this. One more subscriber. Nice. Yeah. The simpler language, the better. Not sure if it's intensity though, because intensity can be increased but still doesn't guarantee an effect. It might be just fizzle out. What you need to do, though, many of the aspects you have described is to identify your own value for a potential employer, be able to show, demonstrate that value, and ultimately be valued. Yeah, that's true. I agree. But I think that so if you think this is actually a really good point, by the way, because what gets you hired is not at the end. If you flip, so to say, the side that you're looking for, the employer that you will end up being hired doesn't care to how many jobs you applied. Was it only one or was it 500? It only the employer only cares um about like what skills do you bring, right? Maybe it's just me looking at the same thing from the other side. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what's happening. Like I'm looking from someone who is applying for the jobs perspective. You're looking from someone who is hiring perspective, which is a really really good point here. So that I even gonna write it down that employer doesn't care to how many jobs you applied. They care about what skills what skills do you bring and how how you can help them to make more money, basically. That's, I mean, at the end, that's why we are hiring people, right? So we think about some kind of profit at the end. It's kind of an investment, and then we hope that's gonna pay out. But if you think from this is very valid thing. What is this? Let me end the focus so I can start a new focus. It's a very very valid thing because yeah, at the end it doesn't matter. Like at the end, what's the value that comes back to me investing into another person here? Yeah, that's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. But if you think still, if you think from someone who is applying perspective, what what I'm trying to teach people and kind of show them that in a lot of cases what they're lacking is, so I see a lot of people, my students for example, I see a lot of people who have the skills, but they don't promote the skills in any way, so it's hard to tell if they have the skills. And especially when you're going from the junior position, I guess that you are not hiring juniors, right? Or you're hiring someone who has the right skills, and usually juniors, they don't have the right skill. So it's kind of important. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's important to show the skill. That's the thing. And to show skill, and your skill shouldn't be buried somewhere in the GitHub repository very deep. You should be able, so you should scream about your skills basically. And the one of the best way to do it is just on LinkedIn. Yes, no one's gonna you're not gonna become influencer, right? It's not the point. The point is that when a potential employer goes to your page, they scroll through posts and that they see that uh you actually have the skills that they're hiring you for. That's the purpose. That's the purpose. But this is a really good point that employer doesn't care how many jobs you applied. I think I could do it as another post. I think it's that good so that I can make a separate post about this thing. I already had the post about, so guess what? I had a post once. I'm not sure if I can find it though, because it's buried somewhere. I had a post where I said basically, nothing matters, only skills matter. Like, um, that's about certifications. But I had another post with the same idea. So like, it doesn't matter. You need to have skills. And people, guess what? They were boo me in the comments basically. That's crazy. That's crazy. This one. This one. That's where people were really hating on me. I said like I had few posts that people were really hating on me. So So one of them was that watching YouTube or Udemy, it's not really learning coding. Like if you want to learn how to code, go write code. That's the thing. That's people were hating, and then with the skills also, I don't think I can find it. But yeah, here we go. This is my breakdown. So posting on LinkedIn won't help you to land a Salesforce developer job. Only real skills will, and I'm still standing by this. The only thing that gets you a job are real skills. Yes, proving that you can manage a full position trying to populate is more important for me than thinking about whatever you're junior, senior on paper. Yes, this is so good. Yeah. But of course, in an interview, I will roast my interview to figure out how mature they are. I see. Yeah, I agree. So you need to prove, and I'm gonna write it down. This is a really good thought. Uh, you need you need to prove. I wouldn't call it word proof. Maybe we can find some better word for it. You need to prove that you actually can uh can do the job that uh that you apply for, right? So I hired Sasha because I immediately felt that he can do the job that proof demonstrate. Yeah, demonstrate. I think yeah, demonstrate that you actually can do the job. Called welcome. Yeah, good. Today's LinkedIn day. Demonstrate though is not. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay. Yeah, demonstrate, proof. You need to demonstrate that you actually can do the job that you apply for. Yeah. I think we can do it. We can spin it out into the different post, that's for sure. So now from the perspective of someone who is applying, you need to build fun conversation. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Would be happy to have you on the stream. That was really insightful. Thank you. See you. So now for someone who is applying for 500 jobs. Yeah. What did you think, Carl? What did you think? You think you can apply for what, 10 jobs? Nah. What, 500? Okay, should I downgrade it to something more realistic like 200? You can, okay, so let's say it takes you let's say it takes you 1 hour. Let's say it takes you 30 minutes to apply for 500 jobs. So it's going to take you 250 hours divided by 30 days. It's 8 hours. It's nothing. Come on, guys. You can be sitting and applying. If you really want to get a job as a developer, you can go and apply for 12 hours a day. 12 hours, 30. You can apply for what? For 700 jobs if you want in 1 month. That's not an excuse. Yeah, 500. 500. Let's leave it 500. Like, what the hell? That's the thing why I'm writing 500. It's not because you need necessarily to apply for all the 500. It's because I wanna change the perspective of how people think about, like, the people think that they need to apply for 5 jobs. No, it's 100 times more than they think. That's the point of this. And I know most likely people gonna roast me in the comments because of this 500. But let's see. Maybe, I don't know. LinkedIn is a nice place, except of haters. Haters gonna hate anyway. Okay. And the biggest problem, I already thought about it. You always, whenever you post something, you're always gonna have haters. And this is a very strange thing to have, but yeah, it's not. I don't know. I don't feel good whenever I see someone is hating on me on YouTube, for example. I just ban. That's it. But most people won't get the job. Show them. Okay, build real skills. Show them. Show them to many people. Get the job. Now we need the closing question. I'm actually quite happy with this one. Cold applying for jobs is dead. Now it's a number game. You need to let people know about your skills. The more people know, the better. You need projects, certifications, good resume, having real skills, showing skills on LinkedIn, applying for at least 500 jobs. The last three are most important. Most people won't apply for 500 jobs, but most people also won't get the job. Also won't get the job. Build real skills, show them, get the job. For how many jobs did you apply the last time? I think it's good. I'm not so sure about this PS question though. I would kind of rather want. Nah, I think I need. I want to have something else. Let's see. Maybe I will have an idea in mind. But for now, we need to create this my thumbnail. Where's the LinkedIn images? Come on, where's LinkedIn images? I haven't used them for a while. Yeah, LinkedIn images. Here we go. Okay, I know how to show it. What most people, or I would say how much most people. Let's make it smaller. 30. This is also 30. How much needed? Is it correct to say though how much most people do? Let me ask ChatGPT. Is the grammar correct? Did they change color here because it looks so dark? I think it was more gray in the ChatGPT. How much needed? How much most people actually do, or how much is needed? Nah, that's fine. People understand what I mean. How much needed? How much you can do? Okay, so how much most people do, and I'm gonna make it even a little bit better. Oops. How much you can do? think it's good. I would probably try it, yeah, like this. Center it. How much you can do. And here. Coding habit, hi, welcome. Now let's check the grammar for some obvious mistakes. No matter how much I check, I always get some kind of mistakes. Class, no problems. Okay, okay. Then code applying for jobs is dead. You need. Okay. Those three are most important. Did you apply for the last time? And I'm gonna download this one. Okay. I think it's good. I think it's good. Let me schedule it for when? For 5 today? Yeah, 5. That was way quicker than I expected. Just 1 hour for creating this post. This was much quicker than I expected. Schedule. Nice. Nice. Now, this is something that I want to put into different posts because it's really good. It's really good. They care about what skills you bring and how can help more to make more money. That's what I want. That's I want to speak about, but probably it's gonna be. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how to package this thing. So I'm in the mood of writing more. I'm in the mood. Should we do that? Because I think this post went that good, so that I can try to come up with few other posts, few other ideas. For that, I want to have a look at what is Yasmin. Yasmin Ali. Oh yeah, he's almost at 200. The guy, I think, what is the most amount of followers that you can get on LinkedIn? I think, who is the biggest? Let's take who is the biggest. Who is the biggest influencer on LinkedIn? Yeah, Justin Trudeau, really? Really? I wouldn't call him an influencer, he's just a public figure. He's not writing his posts on his own. That doesn't count. Top voice? Top voice of what? Experts across the platform. Okay, so okay. Oh, look at this. I'm getting sometimes more likes than Justin Trudeau. Nice, not flex. It was flex. Okay, it was flex. I know. I know. Wow, he doesn't have much experience except just politics. What the politics like? How do they? How does it work? How can you work all the time in politics? Don't you need to get some other job? Okay, who's the real influencer here? Yeah, Mark Cuban, Bill Gates. Wow. Yeah, I think Gary Wernichuk. Really hard, really hard to say the name. I think he is the biggest one. From those who, Simon Sinek. I think the biggest. Okay, Simon Sinek or Simon. Yeah, 8 million. Interesting. Does he post a lot? Oh, he is huge. That's huge. Selfish is easy. It's sharing that takes courage. I mean, yeah, as soon as you're that huge of a personality, you are, no matter what you post, you're gonna have a lot of people liking it. Like, doesn't matter what you post. It's like Elon Musk. Elon Musk can tweet, "Hey, like some meme," and this meme is gonna have a lot of attention. If I post the meme, it's gonna get zero attention. Okay, so this one is. Let's have a look at the. I wanted to have a look at the Yasmin Alic. What is he doing? No, Alic. Posting consistently should not mean daily. I totally agree. If you wanna post on LinkedIn, don't post daily. What you saw how much time it takes for me after 1 year of posting to create, I would say, a mediocre post. It's not something like a huge post, insane post, right? No, it's the post. It's like okayish post, and it took me more than 1 hour. If you're just starting out, it's gonna take you at least 3 hours to create a good post, if not more. So how can you post daily if you work your full-time job and then for 3 hours you will be creating a post? This whole idea of posting daily, it brings people to posting really fluff stuff, and therefore they post like really not good content, and you rather post once a week really 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 quality content than every day fluff. Posting consistently should not mean daily. Yeah, post only when you have time. Time to engage with others, not just time to write. Exactly. Post only when you have good ideas. Forced content usually sounds like fluff. Exactly. That's exactly what's happening. Post only when you feel like. We all have bad days and it's fine. Take a break, spend time with the loved ones, sleep. You don't have to post 7 times per week, but you can do all of the above every day of your life. Remember that. I totally agree. So how many times to post a week? I do 4 and 5. I do twice. I do twice. I kind of feel that I should increase. I don't know. I kind of feel because I see. I ideally I would want to increase it to at least 3 times, but it's gonna consume a lot of my time. I'm really not sure because I have a lot of other stuff to do. Oh wow. Oh wow. It's day 43 of this year, so here's 33 line LinkedIn masterclass. You will want to save plus repost this one. Everything starts on your profile. Focus here first. If your profile isn't optimized, posting won't help. Oh wow. This is a good idea. This is a good idea. I might steal it. Okay. When you start to sell, a lot of people will leave. When you start to ask, people won't give. When you expect them to stay, most will say bye, okay, unless you help them feel something when they're there. You offer a feeling of a community in your comments. You provide more than learning. You give them you. Always remember, people on LinkedIn may come for your content, but they stay for you, the real authentic you. Yeah, that's true. I'm not really happy with. So one thing that I'm not really happy about my posting is that they sound a little bit negative. I don't want to be negative. I'm not negative person. Like I'm pretty positive in my life. But my posts, they sound sometimes quite negative, and this is something that I don't like. I don't know how to change it though. Okay, let's see what do I have saved in my items. Yeah, I want to speak about actually. So I have few. This I don't really know. I don't really have it exactly in my head now how to put it into the words. Now what I want to speak about is consistency. Consistency isn't what you think. One of the biggest problems that people face when they start consist consistency. Basically, when people start coding, they for some there's this idea that goes on the internet that you have to be coding every day. No, that's that's very hard. Don't do that. Um, don't try to code every day, but try to be consistent. So consistency that doesn't mean every day. So basically, consistency doesn't mean coding every day. And I think Yasmin had where you asked me, Yasmin. I think he had somewhere. Here being consistent. Where? Where? Yep. Being consistent doesn't mean. Yeah. Posting, coding consistent should not mean daily. Doesn't. Consistent doesn't mean daily. Then he has one line. Then he has a long line. Long line. And then he has one and this type of thing. Blah, blah, blah. And then he has it. Here's a few times more. 2, 3. And then he has this one. Okay, so let's just do this whole structure. This whole structure. I can take immediately. How many times a week do you code? Um, Pina, welcome. I do. How many times a week I actually code? I do. I'm not gonna say how many times because I don't really do that. Uh, and then on top of that, I'm gonna add this type of image. Is this showing up daily? Not this type of image, but another type of image. Where is it? Come on, go up, go up. Go. Okay, whatever. Because I have my own image. So, so coding consistently doesn't mean daily. This is like really bad idea that people get. And you know the problem with this idea is that um people are like, oh, I want to learn how to code. Oh, I'm gonna be really intense about it. I'm gonna go and code every day. And then they start coding every day, and it's really hard to maintain. Like, try to code every day. That's so hard, and especially for those people um, who are working a full time job. Like it's impossible. It's very hard, and then the people burn out or they give up because it's so hard. You need to rest. You need to have rest days. You need to rest in the evening, for example, after a job. After you worked 8 hours and then you go and code for 1 more hour, what the hell? That's difficult. So instead of trying to go and code every day, just make a consistent schedule that you can stick to. Don't try to code every day. Say you're gonna be coding twice a week, or what I like much more is a certain amount of time or hours per week that you do. So, for example, I'm gonna code each week 10 hours. That's awesome. Then you try to schedule, okay, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, uh, 3.5 hours each. That's already more than 10 hours. And then you stick to this. And this is much more. The point is that you don't need to go and sprint in the first couple of months. It's gonna be a sprint over 1 year or maybe 2 years for you. So yeah, this is those are my thoughts. I just need to put them basically into the proper post. Coding, or I would say learning how to code, is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a marathon. If you can't maintain the same level of coding, um, not burning out is as important as being consistent. And then I think at the end I'm gonna say something like, remember, and again, this is just basically brainstorming part. Burning out is not a sprint, It's a marathon. Not burning out is as important as being consistent. I really have a trouble with the word consistent. Consist consist. What's wrong with this one? I really can't see what's wrong with this word. Consistent. It's written with a e. I see. Okay. How is he writing it? Is to do less. Code. So one of the approaches that I like is that you code a certain amount of times per week. Code. Hmm. Certain amount time per week. Sometimes. Okay. That's fine. On the weekly basis. When you feel like. Take time to rest. Career is just a part of your life. Be consistent on the weekly basis. So sometimes you will have a super busy day, then it's completely fine that you might not be able to code, be consistent, remember burning out the times. Okay guys, let me take 5 minutes break. I'm gonna get the coffee for me. Coffee break. 14, 12, 14, 15, whatever. So 16, let's do 16. Something around this. I don't guarantee that 16, but let's do 17. Let's do 17. I will be generous. 5 minutes, a whole 5 minutes. See you guys. Don't go anywhere. By the way, in the meanwhile, you can join the Discord if you still didn't. It's not a distraction. Yeah, I know, I know. Let me make small break. All right, I'm back. To get back into the work mode, I want to listen to Yasmin. Oh, this is gold, guys. If you wanna learn, how to post on LinkedIn, just go. This is the introduction for you.
Minutes you spend writing a post, spend 2 minutes engaging with others. Honestly, I feel like commenting is the ultimate growth hack on LinkedIn.
Coffee breaks getting longer and longer. I went to the kitchen and I saw. So I walk into the kitchen and imagine so that you understand me. I walk into the kitchen and I see a butter there near the toast. And then I see a jam. Imagine that. Imagine you're walking into the kitchen and see that. What would you do? My hand, without really thinking, just grabs the toasts and put them into the toaster. And then, for whatever reason, and I already have toast, and I'm eating the toasts, and I am 5 minutes late, and I decided to come back with toasts and put the coffee break, make it a little bit longer. Just imagine that. I bet you would do the same. It's not my fault. It's jam and butter. Okay, we're not good. Yeah, that was actually a bad idea to listen to this guy. Let's continue just writing. Because I can get caught up with this 1 hour of... Let's see, what's that? Ah. Yeah, so I think this Mark Tossel, he posted that he is reading these things, and I said, hey, I'm reading the 4-hour work week. You don't need to read that many... Oh, wow. You don't need to read that many books. Just read one, like 4-hour work week. It's hell difficult to implement everything that is in the book. So yeah, but I like those things. Actually, before organizing this community, before doing this Discord server, I thought of organizing a book club. But yeah, look at this, already more than 100 people. 100 what? 110? Something in this regard. That's crazy. Like, that's a lot. Not that much engagement though. Like, the amount of people, it's a vanity metric. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so what we were doing, I was writing here LinkedIn post, right? Being consistent, coding consistent doesn't mean daily, and I think I need to put it like this so it's consistent. Learning how to code is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Not burning out is as important as being consistent. Code certain amount of hours per week. Just try to code can do Monday. Something like tired on Monday. Not a problem. You still have 6 days to code. Be consistent on the weekly basis. I actually already had a post about being consistent. Let's have a look what I wrote the last time. It wasn't that popular of a post. Overrated strategy, motivation, life hack, shortcuts, underrated, disciplined coding every day. Okay, yeah, that wasn't also that good of a post. So it's no wonder. Be consistent on the weekly basis. And I already hate the word consistent. Take a break. Recharge. Take a break, recover, get back with more energy. Take a break, recover, get back with more energy. Take a break, recover, get back with more energy. Learning how to code takes time. How can I say it takes time? Kind of what I want to say, don't be harsh on yourself. In a lot of cases, people put themselves into the mode, and I know it because I've done it, into the mode where they basically they are set to fail. I remember coding every day. It sucked. And then on one day when I was not coding, I was feeling guilty. And I was like, this is just psychological thing. If you don't code, you feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. No, you do enough. Just take a break. So learning how to code takes time. Take it easy and and stay in run long. Take it easy and stay in run longer. Still need we still need closing sentence. Okay, I think it's good. Let's read again the whole post. Coding consistently doesn't mean daily. Learning how to code is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Not burning out is as important as being consistent, and this is true. Code certain amount of hours per week. Tired on Monday, not a problem, you still have 6 days to code. You still have 6 days. days to code. Okay, be consistent. Okay, basically the 2 points, they're basically the same. Be consistent on the weekly basis. Coding 10 hours per week for 52 weeks is also consistent. Is a consistency. Code only when you feel like. Take time to rest. Careers just a part. We can't work 24/7. Take a break, recover, get back with more energy. Learning how to code takes time. Take it easy and stay in the run longer. Careers. So take it easy. Career is just a part of life, not the whole life. How many times a week do you code? I mean, it's fine. It's not gonna be exploding post. It's not bad. It definitely reflects my what I think. And this is it kind of people have two different what I see it's very hard to be in the middle. So some people they don't do enough and other people they do so much so that they basically on purpose burning themselves out. And I am in the second position. I've been streaming every single day for 3 days. That's crazy. Like what kind of what kind of idiot gonna do that? Um and I am like this in all the everything. If I do something, I do it with a high intensity, and I'm not the only one. There are a lot of people like this, and a lot of my students are like this. And sometimes I really have, and this is also a reminder for myself. Come on, take it easy. You have so much time. There's no time for rush. You will go much further if you just slow down a little bit and don't burn out. Don't get super crazy tired. It's gonna bring you much further than just trying to rush. I should listen to my own advice. I should listen to my own advice. I see these things in my students, but yeah, doing those things myself is hard, right? You don't have to code on certain days. Another idea that people have is like, oh, I'm gonna be coding on Monday, and then on Monday you go and you're tired and you're sitting there and you can't focus. Just call it a day. Just say you can't focus, close your laptop, take a walk, watch Netflix, and go to sleep. Tired on Monday, not a problem, you still have 6 days to code. Be consistent on the weekly basis. I would put this first actually, because I think it's a really good formulated. It's really good set, so you don't have to code. Don't code every day. If you're tired, go get some sleep instead. Take time to rest. We can't work 24/7. Okay, code only when you feel like. Learning how to code takes time, so take it easy. Your task is to stay in the game, not burn out after the first few months. And the most important, career is just a part of life, not the whole life. Okay, let's read it again. I think now it's good. Let's read it again. Coding consistent doesn't mean daily. Learning how to code is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Not burning out is as important as being consistent. Be consistent on the weekly basis. Coding 10 hours per week for for 52 weeks is also consistent. Is very consistent. Don't code every day. Take days off. If you're tired, go get some sleep instead. Code only when you feel like. Take time to rest. You can't work 24/7. Take a break, recover, get back with more energy. Learning how to code takes time, so take it easy. Your task is to stay in the game, not rush to learn everything in the shortest possible time. Career is just a part of life, not the whole life. How many times a week do you code? And I think, quite frankly, it's applicable for everything. It's not only coding, right? It's also about business. Like, the task is not to build an empire in 7 days, which is kind of people sometimes want. I wish I could do that, but the idea is to stay in the game. If you're trying to do something that is not maintainable, then it's gonna be super hard. So yeah, this is my idea, and I don't like the idea of grind. Yes. So yeah, there's definitely time for grind. Um, but it should not be glorified. And I'm kind of like, now I'm grinding a lot, so I'm working definitely a lot, more than 40 hours a week. But the point is not to grind. The point is, we're building a business to remove the grind that we are doing. That's the point. And to have a proper life, to have family, to what's the point if you're 30 and you have zero family, you have grinded for the last 10 years, you have millions. What's the point of it? That sucks. I don't want to do it. Like, no, I want to spend time with my girlfriend, with my family, with my sister, with everyone. I don't want to grind all the time. I rather have less money, but time and life and gym and boxing and all of that. So yeah, the idea of grinding is not good, but we should have both. We should have both money and time. That's the best. That's the best situation. Okay, let's try to schedule it. Oh no, we still need image, right? Still need an image. Do I have something about consistency? What's with my mouse? Come on. Okay. Then I'm gonna create my own image. I'm not really sure how to make them with a different amount of, like here, for example. Yeah, but the problem with it is that quarter circle. Yeah, it's not quarter, damn it. Okay. Okay, that's promising. That's promising. I'm gonna think maybe I'm gonna use another colors because those colors are strange. Okay. They look way too dark, this color. Maybe green? Okay, let's first do this. Then we can modify the color. Where's the half circle? Perfect. That's perfect. No, that looks strange. I need more of this, guys. Yeah, like this. Or you know what? I have an idea. I can just do a line here. Ooh. Hard job content creation, hard job. What's going on, guys? Still here? I'm muted. I am muted. Okay, create post. Your task is to stay at the game, not to rush to learn everything in the shortest possible time. Let me add the media. And it's gonna go the next Tuesday at 5 p.m. The reason why I posted 5 p.m. is because US is already awake and Europe finished the job. That's the reasoning behind. But quite frankly, it doesn't really matter. If your post is good, it's gonna be like whenever you post, that's fine. Scheduled. Nice. Okay. Ugh. So we've done 2 posts on LinkedIn, but that's not all because I also need to start with a post on Thursday. And I usually don't do those like LinkedIn days, but I kind of feel like today, so why not? Why not? And the post that I actually wanted to do for a very, very long time is about the Git. Okay, 3 mistakes, 5 tools. Let me make a copy of 5 tools. And this one is going to be different. So this one is going to be about the Git. What is Git? What is Git? And let's see what do I have already here. The Git guide. Okay, that was just a text guide. You can see how much my content creation game improved in comparison to this one. This is a still good idea though for source. Nope, not the Salesforce band this time. Last time it was Salesforce band, but this time the source is just me. it doesn't really matter this time. This thing doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do it anyway differently. So for now we can leave it as a like this. What is git? What I see that a lot of people teach about git is that they start with those things like, oh, here's the branches, blah blah blah. This is a wrong approach. Git, fundamentally, it's not about branches. It's about basically document management. Have you ever end up having, like, for example, you're writing an essay about something and you have essay final, and then essay final v1, essay final v2, essay final final, essay final v3, and then 1 in parentheses. That's what git takes care of. So fundamentally, code is basically, what you're coding is that you're writing a bunch of text in the files. That's fundamentally is, right? So git, yeah, they speak about different versions, blah blah blah, but fundamentally commit and all of that, nope, that's not what I want.
So what is Git and why is it so popular? Git is the most popular version control system in the world. A version control system records the changes made to our code over time in a special database called repository. We can look at our project history and see who has made what changes, when, and why. And if we screw something up, we can easily revert our project back to an earlier state. Without a version control system, we'll have to constantly store copies of the entire project in various folders. This is very slow and doesn't scale at all, especially if multiple people have to work on the same project. We would have to constantly toss around the latest code via email or some other mechanisms and then manually merge the changes. So in a nutshell, with a version control system, we can track our project history and work together. Now, version control systems fall into two categories: centralized and distributed. In a centralized system, all team members connect to a central server to get the latest copy of the code and to share their changes with others. Subversion and Microsoft Team Foundation Server are examples of centralized version control systems. The problem with the centralized architecture is the single point of failure. If the server goes offline, we cannot collaborate or save snapshots of our project, so we have to wait until the server comes back online. In distributed systems, we don't have these problems. Every team member has a copy of the project with its history on their machine, so we can save snapshots of our project locally on our machine. If the central server is offline, we can synchronize our work directly with others. Git and Mercurial are examples of distributed version control systems. Out of all these, Git is the most popular version control system in the world because it's free, open source, super fast, and scalable. Operations like branching and merging are slow and painful in other version control systems like Subversion or TFS, but they're very fast in Git. We'll talk about this later. So Git is almost everywhere. More than 90% of software projects in the world use Git. That's why almost every job description for a software developer mentions Git. So if you're looking for a job as a software developer, Git is one of the skills you must have on your resume. You should know it inside out, you should know how it works and how to use it to track your project history and collaborate with others effectively. If you want to learn Git, I have a 1-hour tutorial here on my channel. The link is below this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.
That's a nice video. Let's switch this one as well.
Every resource about Git or GitHub, if you look up a Git tutorial, they overcomplicate it. And I've always said this. You might not like this if you're super analytical and you want me to talk like a scientist, but the best way for you to understand me is if I talk to you like you're an idiot. And when I was in college, that's exactly what I wanted from my professors. Teach me like I'm a 5-year-old, because that's how I think. So I'm going to break down Git. Instead of you going and watching this 6-part tutorial or paying or whatever, it's really very simple if I teach you it in I'm going to teach you like you are a child, and you are my children. And if you're my new child, meaning you're just born, the website, you download it, and then it's like a little turn as you go. That way, if you die, you don't lose all of your progress. So with Git, every so often, you're going to enter a command to save your progress. Now, this is locally on your computer. Nobody else can access this. You have this on your computer. So I'm going to go through an example now. I'm going to create a folder, Git video. I'm going to go into my Git video, and then I'm going to...
I like those for dummies, like Git tutorial for dummies or beginners, where the guy, instead of clicking on the folders, is using terminal to to go through the folders. Like, that's, yeah.
Make an index.html file and an app.css file. So I made a folder, and I made an HTML file and a CSS file. Now, if one of these files gets deleted, I didn't save my progress. It's gone forever. I don't know what was in the file. If I wrote a bunch of HTML or CSS, one of the files gets deleted, poof, oh well. I can't do anything about that. It's gone forever. But if I use Git and I save that I made these files, I could save them with the contents of the files. And when one gets deleted, I can go back to my saved progress. Now, to use Git, you have to know a few commands. There's only a few, and it's not that hard to understand. The first one is initializing your folder or project with Git. To do that, you have to have Git downloaded, and then you type git init. Initialized empty Git repository. Great. So that's the same thing as you're putting a memory card into your game system, because you obviously can't save the game without memory. So here we go. Now we can use Git. We want to save our progress. How do we do that? Well, git add is what you want to save. We can save all of our progress, meaning all of our changes since the last time we saved, or we could just save a very specific thing. So after git add, you want to put either maybe a file that you want to save. So I could just save index.html, but if app.css gets deleted, it's gone forever. But I could just save any changes I've made to index.html, or I can save everything. So git add space period would save everything that I've done since the last time I saved. I almost never commit a specific file. I usually push changes onto everything. So in 95% cases, you are going to use git add period and commit all of the changes that you've made. Okay. So now I've said...
Usually if you don't want to commit all your changes, it's kind of strange. Why? Did you just work on something that is unrelated to what you want to push? Then why did you work on it? So that's usually the case for me as well, that I'm just pushing everything that needs. And sometimes you don't want to push anything at all, then you should add those things into the git ignore.
Said what changes I'm saving, which I chose to save everything. Now, if we were to get technical, I have added all files to the staging area. But that...
Okay, I see. So this is very technical. I don't want to go into this. I'm not going to explain the commands in my post. I'm going to explain what is Git in general, and this understanding of people that there are 3 different basically stages of Git, like repository and all of that. But let's see how it's going to end up. Let's see, maybe I will end up doing something like this. I really like this video. Let's see what Fireship has.
Git, a system for keeping track of changes that happen across a set of files. Open a directory on your local system with an editor like VS Code. Then run git init from the command line. You just created a Git repository or repo. It lives in this hidden Git directory and keeps track of all the changes that happen to these files. As you work on a codebase, you take snapshots or commits of the current state of these files. Every commit has a unique ID and is linked to its parent, and this means we can travel back in time to a previous version of our files. Notice how our source control icon is lit up. Currently, all of our files are untracked because we need to add them to the repo. Run git add to include or stage these files in the repo, then create a snapshot of their current state by running git commit along with a message about what you did to these files. Congratulations, you just created the first commit on the head of the master branch in this repo. The changed files disappeared, and you're now on a clean working directory. The head represents the most recent commit. If we make some changes, commit them to the repo, the head moves forward, but we still have a reference to our previous commit, so we can always go back to it. But the thing about software is that it's developed in a non-linear fashion. You might have multiple teams working on different features for the same codebase simultaneously. Git makes that possible by branching. Create one by running git branch, and then run git checkout to move into that branch. You can now safely work on your feature in this branch without affecting the code or files in the master branch. The commits you make here live in an alternate universe with its own unique history. At some point though, you'll likely want to merge this history with the history in the master branch. When you're ready, go back to the master branch by running git checkout. Then run git merge on your alternate universe. The tip of your feature branch now becomes the head of the master branch. Or in other words, our fragmented universe has become one, unless you ran into a merge conflict, in which case you'll just have to wait for the sequel. This has been Git explained in 100 seconds. If you want to see more short videos like this, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
It's crazy to think that one person created Linux and Git, two most fundamental technologies that that are underlying of almost everything that we have now. Okay, what else? So I like the video. I think I'm gonna steal a little bit things from here as well. Let me watch this one again a little bit.
Made to our code over time in a special database called repo.
Yeah, so let me think. So usually you I saw today a meme that I kind of would love to include, but I won't be able to find it. How much he got from 7 billion acquisition? What do you mean 7 billion acquisition, Ismail? Okay, so I have an idea in mind how to visualize that. So first I need to frame the problem. What's the problem that we have? File. When Microsoft bought Git, the founder, he got something. You mean GitHub? That's those different things. Word file. Oh, this is good. This is good. Git is open source, right? Git open source? Yeah, Git is an open source. Yeah, so Git is open source. Okay, so here I'm gonna frame the problem with what it solves. Project final. I think I'm gonna make it definitely less, like 30 something. final. Project final, project final, final, project final, final, v1. We all had this problem. We all had this type of problem. Have you ever had a problem like this? I think I can make them smaller. This. First, without any, like, without really any type of visualization. First, I just wanna outline what's gonna be the content of the post. Coding is basically just text. We work with text files all the time. Coding is just a text. Working on the same files. Just making an outline of the post, so the post gonna look quite different. The same file. Not really sure if I want to go into this topic though, that many people working on the same file. I probably will stick to just this part, so we work all the time with different with different versions. But let's see. Yeah, let's see. Continue on the same files.
Them, we'll have to constantly store copies of the entire project in various folders. This is very slow and doesn't scale at all, especially if multiple people have to work on the same project. We will have to constantly toss around the latest code via email or some other mechanisms and then manually merge the changes. So in a nutshell, with a version control system, we can track our project history and work together. Now, version control is a version or TFS. Git is almost for device and personal and source system in the world. Because it's free, Git is the most popular version control system in the world. Because it's free, open source, super fast, and scalable.
We could include this type of slide as well. So why exactly Git? Let's see. Coding, work with files all the time. Let's see, I'm not so sure about this slide. Let me open, I had some representation about Git before. Let me find it. What the hell is that? It's not what I want. Git. Can I search my files? I don't want to search. Here we go, Git basics. That's what I was searching for. Okay, so that was my latest presentation that I was explaining at. Version control system. Git is a version control system. It is to be managed. So Git, oh wow. Of your file. Basically, it's a system that manages the versions of your file. That's Git in the nutshell, right? Now, how exactly does it manages? Does it manages files? Just manage files. And that's already something from the second video that I want to put there.
Every resource about one of the files is what you.
I would say Git has three most important things. The first thing is repository. The second one, stage area, and then commit area. And I would say we can yeah, I think it's actually a good representation what I have here. Okay, we have staging, repository commit, working directory. That's basically me now. While thinking how to teach those type of things. I mean, it's hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would be doing that, right? Hmm. Let's see.
Hey guys, greeting to everyone on between working. So take a look to the picture on the screen. All these three places, working directory, staging area, and repository in Git, is the places where a file changes can reside. Let's start with the working directory. So when you already initialize the Git on your operational system, and imagine you work on the project and made some changes. For example, you create a file and write a code inside this file. In this way, you are dealing with your project working directory. This project working directory is available on your computer file system. And all the changes.
Okay, let me go here to the ChatGPT and let me say, can you explain what is working directory in Git in a very simple terms in one sentence? Okay, so working directory is basically where Git tracks the files, right? Sofu, good morning, Sofu. In Git is the folder in your computer where all the files are actually working stored. Can you make it simpler? The working directory in Git is where your files lives. What would be a simple analogy? Another analogy? I didn't understand this analogy. What? That's not a good it's not a good analogy.
Hello everyone. Today we will see how to visualize the Git. So it will just increase the.
No, I don't want to visualize. That's the thing. I don't want to visualize the branches. I want to visualize. I wanna give a really simple analogy for people who have no idea what is Git, so that they can understand something that's gonna really stick. But I think I'm gonna continue. I think I'm gonna continue tomorrow because I see that I have soon a meeting, and I still need to get some food before the meeting, and then I have training, and then I have more meetings. Yeah, that's the stream for today, guys. Join the Discord because I think we are forming a really good community there. We already get feedback. If you have an idea that you're working on, and you want to get a feedback, then ask there in the Discord, and we're gonna give you feedback, and then me on the stream gonna review it. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you, everyone, and see you as always tomorrow on the day number 44. Thank you. See you guys.